How's it going, y'all? This is Dr. Tyler Khaleesi, physical therapist and strength coach, and today's video is for my friends who have had persistent, stubborn back pain for a long time. It's not so bad that you can't move or you have numbness tingling down your legs, but it's always there, and it's not really responding well to all of the core exercises and bracing and stiffness that you've been trying to do or that you've been taught to do over the past few weeks, months, or years. This is something that I dealt with myself for 4+ years, and introducing these few concepts into my training a few months or years back made a huge difference in my recovery. Now, before we start, it goes without saying that none of what we talk about today is considered medical advice, nor should it be considered a diagnosis for you. If you have back pain, you should consider getting checked out by a physical therapist, chiropractor, or physician who can help you by giving you an assessment and guiding you in the right direction. So a major concept that made a major difference for me in my own lower back pain recovery journey was introducing more side bending, rotation, and diagonal movements into my weekly training, getting my body to relearn how to move well outside of the frontal and sagittal planes. The second thing that I started doing was learning how to do those movements without so much bracing and stiffness around my spine and my hips and my core. Now, it is important to have a good brace and learn how to create stiffness around your spine when you're doing heavy activities like compound lifts such as a deadlift, a squat, a bench press, or doing activities that require a good amount of stiffness outside in the real world when you're moving things around. But we don't want to have to rely on that stiffness and bracing during every little movement of every day, because what happens is we develop this kind of chronic, persistent tightness and guarding around our core and our lower back, which can actually add in to the lower back discomfort that we already have. So a really nice, simple, and safe way to start adding some more rotation and side bending into your movement practice and around your spine is with a cat-cow. Now you might be thinking, Tyler, a cat-cow is up and down or forward and back. Yes, but it's a good place to start, and we can really quickly add in some other directions once you get good at that. So my recommendation is going to be get set up on all fours, move through that cat-cow nice and slowly, increasing the range of motion over time as you get comfortable, while you're also trying to maintain a nice, smooth, slow breath and not be so stiff and rigid in your spine. Once you get good at that, then you can start introducing what I call a sideways cat-cow or even a rotational cat-cow. Both of these movements are great for introducing some rotation and side bending in your spine in a really safe environment when you have a lot of points of contact with the ground and a lot of natural stability, so you don't have to create a lot of stiffness and bracing. Once you get good at that, you can add a band to the natural cat-cow, which will help you learn how to move smoothly without a lot of stiffness against resistance or under load. So once you've mastered moving pretty freely outside of the normal sagittal plane with something like a cat-cow, we can start finding more difficult or complex positions, adding in more rotation and changing the direction of pull. Two of my favorite exercises for this are the lean away stretch. This is where you're going to get next to a rig, you're going to hold on to a higher part of an upright of that rig or a pull-up bar over top if it's close enough. You're going to take your inside foot and step across your outside foot and then allow those hips to fall out to the side, all while you're trying to breathe smoothly and not really creating a really heavy stiff or brace around your midsection. This is going to really introduce a lot of side bending to your spine and really stretch out some of that lat and the QL and some of those muscles around the rib cage and the spine. Once you're done with that, you can progress to something like a side bend. Now we're moving into a side bend, but under the weight of a dumbbell or a kettlebell. You're gonna stand straight up with your feet hip width underneath you. You're gonna take a weight and let it go down by your side. And then you're just gonna lean over towards that weight as you let the hips kick out the other direction. Just go as far as you comfortably can and then stand back up. Once again, creating a slight brace at your core, but nothing too stiff, not over bracing there, allowing yourself to breathe smoothly while staying a little bit protected and moving nice and smoothly through that side bend. Now we can move into rotation. One of my favorite exercises to introduce rotation is called a half kneeling chop. You're going to take a band and anchor it to a squat rack or something sturdy above eye level. Then you're going to get down in the half kneeling position. You can have your outside or your inside knee up. It really doesn't matter. You're going to take that band and hold on to it above your inside shoulder, and then you're just going to chop down across your body, allowing your torso and your spine to rotate as you do that. This is a really great way, once again, to introduce some rotation, get some resistance through that rotational plane of motion, and help the core to engage in a proper way. That is, creating some stiffness and protection around the spine, but not so much that you can't move and that you're overprotecting. All right, y'all, I hope that was helpful. It's important to note that it's less about the exercises we did and more about the concepts behind the exercises, moving more into rotation and side bending and learning how to move through those directions and various exercises in your training with less bracing and stiffness. Bracing is good, but bracing is not good all the time. If your back or your body doesn't respond to some of the stuff that we did today, I certainly recommend shooting me an email at hello@tylercalasi.com and talking about other ways that we can address this lower back and potentially ways that you and I can work together. I do currently provide one-on-one programs and coaching remotely for folks who have restrictions, limitations, and issues that may be playing into their pain. It is a full training program with special attention towards, like I said, various deficits that may be playing into any aches or pains that you might have. So check out my website at tylercalasi.com to learn more about it. Drop a comment below if you're interested or shoot me an email. Have a good day.